Oh, Asya, you are so cute, Asya. Asya and Koniko are just so freaking cute. Let's read this one. Ooh. Oh, this. Oh, yeah. So there's just so cute. Oh wait, I'm recording. Oh, yeah. Nope. I'm just gonna put that now. The evil piece system and where they came from, basically. The evil piece system. Yeah, I love the lore behind it and why it is established. So, with that being said, let's start the video. Welcome to my new video, you guys. As you can see from the title of the video, I am going over the evil piece system from the series High School DXD. I initially thought of discussing the celestial spirit magic from Fairy Tail, which I wouldn't mind, by the way, discussing another. It's gonna be another Lucy Heartfilia centric kind of video, with which I have no problem because Lucy Heartfilia is one of my waifus, but I literally just made it like, I don't know, a couple months ago, so I'm gonna hold up on that one. But I really want to start discussing about High School DxD, because High School DxD is by far my favorite harem basically. And of course this is also a prelude because I also want to discuss Issei Hyodo's boosted gear, and basically and this evil pieces kind of topic kind of connects to that with the sacred gears and stuff. I already done the thumbnail for the evil pieces for the sacred gear discussion video, and I also want to discuss about the sacred gears so that I can better prepare myself for Issei Hyodo's boosted gear. I'm really passionate about this. Of course, please note that I haven't really read much about the light novel, so everything I know came from the anime, the manga, which I am currently reading. Yep, although this is not the real and official manga because this is just a side manga. It's called Asya and Koniko's Secret Contract. So everything I read, everything in this video is about it came from the manga, the wiki, the anime. So yeah, if I made a mistake here, please feel free to correct me down there in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get started with a little bit of summary from this is gonna be a long one, but if you want to read it on the wiki itself, I'm gonna leave you guys link down in the description below. So that being said, this is more of a shortened video. I'm gonna be just highlighting a lot of stuff that interests me, or that actually I think was kind of hinted back in the anime and the manga. I think they did hint some of it, but most of it is gonna be like from the wiki. So I'm just going to highlight something that interests me. So the evil piece were created by Ajuka Beelzebub. Ajuka Beelzebub, I think, is the current devil king that is introduced in season 3. By the way, it's in High School DxD Born, if I'm not mistaken. He's introduced in High School DxD Born in season 3. So Yeah. But I digress on that. That he created the evil piece system using the crystal available on the Rias island to help replenish the number of devils from the war. Now, with that is actually hinted from like a little bit backstory back in season 2, where a war between devils, fallen and angels took place, and like God and the previous devil kings died basically, and they need somehow to replenish their numbers, and they use humans basically. Yeah, I'm gonna stop using basic because that's kind of annoying. So with that, I kind of like that a little bit of lore there. So you know me, I love my One Piece because of the lore of One Piece. So with that being said, I really do love that kind of background. So, and this is just from the backstory from the two dragons, and connecting it with a meeting as well. So let's continue, shall we? Let's see. To replenish from the Great War, of course, the old Satan faction is greatly opposed to it because they're really prideful of their race, and they say they see the reincarnation of humans from other races into devils as a disgrace. They're very prideful of their genetics, basically. So, oh, stop me from using that word. So with that, and with the creation of the evil piece system is the raiding games. And evil pieces are commonly given to pure-blooded high-class or ultimate devils, so they can gather their own servants on their own. Reincarnated devils are also given the chance to receive their evil pieces once they rise up the ranks, either high class or ultimate class. When the devil receives the right to obtain their own evil pieces, they go to a Satan's territory or the Devil King's territory and touch the monument, which functions as a replacement king, and register themselves as king, which kind of interesting. So Issei will eventually do that, huh? I cannot wait for that in the anime or in the manga as well. And if a king wishes to trade a piece, is very straightforward. It's basically just like Pokemon trading. They have a magic circle, which is in Pokemon, just a machine in the anime. So it's a trading purpose magic circle. They put each the pieces they want to trade with each other in the center, and boom, it's traded. And they can also trade multiple pieces at the same time, simultaneously. So yeah, but they can only trade the same type of pieces. Like Rias can just trade bishop to bishop and with another bishop, basically. So yeah, stop me from, I should count my basically word. I need to have a basically word counter now. So yeah, that's a little bit of summary. And let's see. Yeah, and ability. The appearance of evil pieces is the evil pieces looks a lot like a normal chess piece, basically. Chess set, a normal chess set, and constitute the same point system value. Although please note that someone like Issei, even though he's a pawn, since he's equivalent to 8 pawn pieces, he's going to have like 8 points. He's gonna be worth 8 points. So the pawn piece. But that being said, each of the pawn pieces are 1 point, so that's why Issei being equivalent to 8 pawns is his point value is gonna be 8 points. Knight and bishop are worth 3, and rooks are worth 5, and queens are worth 9, since it's the most powerful piece in a chess game. And if you're familiar with chess, that's just a refresher there. The evil piece can reincarnate anyone who recently passed away or anyone still living who willingly reincarnate themselves as devils, such as, well, Sinovia and Rosewise. The only exception is it cannot reincarnate gods, deities, and dragon gods, which makes sense. All they have to do is, like, if Orpheus is killable, or any one of the gods would accept them. Oh god, that's literally what they had to do, and they would be the most overpowered kind of beings in the underworld. So yeah, that's kind of that restriction makes sense to me. So that's appearance, pieces, mutation piece, and unused pieces. So pieces, the strength and talents the individual has determines how many pieces it requires for them to be reincarnated. For example, the main character is a Hyodo, since he has the potential of the Red Dragon Emperor. Rias has to use all 8 of his pawn pieces, and the opposite of that is the mutation piece. Basically, the mutation piece is when you're supposed to use multiple pieces to reincarnate a certain individual, and then you only use one. There's a mutation piece, and that could result to them being uncontrollable. Which an example of this is Casper Bloody from season 2, actually, because Casper Bloody, thanks to him being half vampire and having that time-stopping sacred gear of him, he's way too powerful to have only one bishop piece. Rias supposed to be able to use 2 bishop pieces for Casper Bloody to be reincarnated into a devil, but she only used 1, so he's a mutation piece. And an unused piece, another feature of the evil piece are the unused pieces, which will undergo changes according to the master's growth, allowing the king to use less pieces when reincarnating beings into devils. Oh, I should probably stop using the word king. Instead, I'm going to use the word master, because there's a king piece that they actually forbade or they confiscated, and I need to know more about that. So I think I need more research for the king piece, although I'm gonna be discussing that later on in this video. So yeah, next would be the abilities of each pieces. This is probably the part where I'm most excited to discuss, because I need more explanation, because the first time I watched High School DXD, I did not get anything about how their abilities work for each piece: queen, rook, bishop, knight. I didn't have any idea about that, so I'm just following them along and following the action along as they go on. So with this, I'm really excited to discuss this now. So the queen piece is just basically any other normal chess is the most versatile and most powerful piece, able to do what a knight, bishop, and rook's characteristics are, making it the most balanced and the most powerful pieces within the peerage. The queen typically acts as a second in command, which is shown when in season 1 when they are reporting to Rias and when Akino and Tsubaki was reporting back to Rias and Sona back in the beginning of season 2 in Kiba's little arc there. Yeah, and then when Rias kind of disappeared in season 3 for the training arc, when they were surprised attacked by Panin, Akino was commanding the peerage on behalf of Rias Grammary, so this kind of connects together from the anime side. And the rook piece they gains superhuman strength, which results to the piece having high offense and defense. However, it is weak to quick and high speed attack. It can be easily overwhelmed by high speed opponents. Although in season 2 it is demonstrated about castling. If you don't know chess, I'm gonna explain what castling is. Castling is basically when you haven't moved your king or your king and one of your rook, you can basically switch them around and for a more defensive kind of tactic. So similarly in High School DXD, you can switch both an unused rook, I think it's an unused rook, either an unused rook or a regular rook in the rating game. So that's basically the abilities of the rook. And the knight, I think the knight or the bishop boost magical abilities which they can use to conjure up a number of magical spells, but the stronger magical spells such as a healing, support, and offense. Stronger magic spell takes a toll to the caster and can take a long time to regain magic power from, forcing them to use their powers more carefully or risk becoming vulnerable to physical attacks. So from the two pieces, like I feel like they're all balanced except for the queen. Like for the rook, the bishop, and the knight, they're all balanced basically. They have strengths and weaknesses. Only the queen has no kind of like downside. Yeah. And then the knight, the last official piece in a chess game, the knight piece gains increased speed, enabling them to perform high-speed attacks and maneuvers. However, their main weakness are the low defense, making them vulnerable to powerful attacks. Another weakness is their legs, since speed, it can decrease their speeds and mobility. And then the pawn, I think the pawn is is the more powerful one. Sure, it's worth 1 point, but the pawn, if you haven't known about chess yet, it can promote itself to either a bishop, a rook, a knight, and a queen. That's every time it goes to the enemy territory or the other side of the board in a regular chess game. In High School DXD, however, it needs either to be in an enemy territory, as shown when Issei rescued Asya back in season 1 of the anime. Season 1 in the anime from the church, so it's shown there. Or a master's permission, which is self-explanatory. This ability is based on the oh yeah, I should follow the script more often. Yeah. And finally, the king piece. With the king piece, they're a rare piece that was created in the early days of the rating games. Unlike the other piece, which grant special abilities, the king piece simply boosts a person's powers and ability from 10 to 100 times or even more. There are restrictions to its use. One of its restrictions is the users cannot have evil pieces because the king piece would overlap and expose them to danger. Two, the user can potentially die if they're too strong. Yeah, so it's just relative strength basically. They can't have like a overpowered a god level kind of strength. There are currently 9 unused king pieces in existence, but they were banned by the current government from use for fear of devils would use it for them to pursue evil deeds. After volume 21, the king pieces have been confiscated, which kind of sucky, but of course it makes sense because they are devils and they are kind of selfish by nature. So again, it kind of makes sense for them to ban the king piece because it can boost all of your strength like 100 folds or even more than that. So that's it for the abilities and for each explosion. Our system, the sacred gear, who created them, and their balance breaker. Although I'm not gonna be discussing the particular types of sacred gear because there's a lot of types according to what I've searched for in the wiki. There's a lot of types other than the Longinus one, so that deserves a discussion video on their own. So I much prefer to have their own separate discussion videos. I'm just gonna talk about the sacred gear discussion in general and what they are. So without further ado, let's begin with a little background. The sacred gear, also known as God's artifacts, are items with powerful abilities bestowed upon humans by God of the Bible. They are one of the main points of high school DXD, although there's also examples like Volley Lucifer, who got probably the most powerful one, the Longinus one, the Divine Dividing. He's a human devil hybrid. There's people like him that actually gains. It's not just purely for human, it's also for human hybrids basically. So let's go to a little bit of the previous discussion video for high school DXD rating games. I'm gonna be paraphrasing some items that I actually got interested in the wiki, but with that being said, you can correct me if I got something wrong or you want to add additional information from your experiences from the manga, light novels, and from the anime. So that being said, let me begin that like I said, the background, it was created by the God of the Bible. The sacred gear was created by the God of the Bible to enact the sacred gear system to give miracles. Okay, let's follow the script for now. The original God of the Bible created the sacred gear to enact miracles. Some of them have grown to be powerful and influential, and majority of them have edged in history. Sacred gears also varies in different types, which I'm definitely gonna make a video each type in the future, I hope, because I really want to discuss each of them, including different variations like Asia Argento's Twilight Healing, because I actually do like Asia Argento's Twilight Healing, from the sword, from Kibayuto's Sword Birth to Gatsby's time stopping ability. Yeah. Where am I? Sacred gear has various different types. There's also sacred gear with so much in common, such as Twice Critical and Blade Blacksmith, which is ironically both possessors are both in the same group, which is the hero faction. And there is also the rare Twilight Healing, and the most powerful of all sacred gear types are the Longinus, such as Volley, Divine Dividing, and Issei's boosted gear. There's also the axe, from the Lion's Axe, I think, from by Soso's Lion's Axe. Oh no, not Soso. That's Spear. This Holy Spear. The Golden Axe was from what's his name? Ooh, that awesome dude. God, I'm probably gonna put a picture right of him in there if I forget what's his name. I'm gonna put a picture of him right here. Oh, I forget his name. Syra or Bale. Yeah, Syra or Bale's. Why did I forget it at this moment? Syra or Bale's Lions are Golden Axe. So Syra Bale's Lion's Axe, Soso's Holy Spear, Volley's Divine Dividing, and the Speed and boosted gear, E6 boosted gear. And those are the few examples that I can give to you, are the ones that have been at least revealed to me in the anime or in the manga. Yeah, I haven't seen Soso in the manga though. Maybe he's only in the light novel. Yeah. That being said, let's continue. Which are all unique in their own way. If a sacred gear is removed from their owner, they would die. This is shown when the fallen angel stole, or Rainier, the bitch, or that biatch, stole Asia Argento's Twilight Healing, and Asia died in the process, which then later on was resurrected. Rias resurrected Asia as her bishop and returned the sacred gear from her. Yeah. Can't even read. Only a human or a human hybrid are born with sacred gears. Angels and devils are obtained them by resurrecting a possessor of sacred gear. Meanwhile, the fallen angels had devised a ceremony to extract and possess a sacred gear from its original user. As I said, when Rainier extracted Asia's sacred gear from her. It is possible for an individual to have more than one sacred gear, as to why angels and devils are never born with sacred gear, yet keep them when transformed from humans is another mystery. One theory is God never foresaw the new systems of reincarnating devils and angels, which arose after his death. So, yay. Although I think that's only a theory though, but I really do, because I feel like a way to resurrect devils and angels are already been before God's death in High School DXD. So I think it's just a way for them to give devils and fallen angels a sacred gear. So I don't really think God never first saw it. I just think it's a way for them to obtain sacred gears, basically by resurrecting. So yeah, take it what you will, but that's my theory for this series. I feel like it's not like God never first saw it, it's just that it exists. Resurrecting devils and angels already exist. The way to it's only going to be discovered in the future anyway. It's just a way for them to basically obtain it. It's God's way for angels and fallen angels to obtain it. I feel like God definitely foresaw it, basically. So angels can have, or some angels can have gifts when resurrecting. So that's my little tidbit of theory anyway. With that being said, let's proceed into the most awesome part, the balance breaker. Balance breaker is the ultimate form a sacred gear can take shape in. It's basically a Bankai from Bleach, like a second form release, which is a lot more powerful than the Shikai. Although the difference is, it will take decades or even centuries for a Soul Reaper to master Bankai, except if you're Ichigo, because Ichigo is, as we all know, an exception. I mean, the moment it was revealed that he was half Quincy, half Soul Reaper, and have Fullbring abilities or have Hollow abilities, that's a sign that he's actually an exception to the rest. Yeah. But I digress on Bleach reference. For Sacred Gear Possessor to master Balance Breaker, it requires the possessor's intense emotion, just like what happened during Kokubil's attack when Yuto wants to avenge his fallen comrades in Season 2. He achieved Balance Breaker because of his desire to avenge his fallen comrades. I love this arc because this proves that High School DXD is different from a typical harem series where the writer actually takes time to develop other male characters other male characters other than the main protagonist. I actually love both. My favorite is Kiba and Gatsby by far, and probably Saji and the perverted duo as well. So where are we? Where Coco? Okay, yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah. It fleshes out the supporting male characters. Back on the topic at hand. Although an incomplete Balance Breaker will require a possessor a sufficient sacrifice, and it's going to be in a limited time only, just like what happened when Issei fought Riser during Season 2 to rescue Rias. He sacrificed his right arm to gain access to a incomplete Balance Breaker that allows Issei to unleash Balance Breaker for 10 counts. As a result, his right arm became the dragon's arm. Although in my opinion, it's not really an inconvenience for Issei. Well, it's inconvenience for in the beginning because his hand kept transforming into the dragon's hand, so they kept having to suck out the dragon's energy. But later it will become an advantage because, of course, since it's already a dragon's hand, it can actually touch holy items such as a cross or the holy water, which he used to defeat Riser basically. So you know what? That's actually to his advantage. It's not really a sacrifice to me because you know what? It gains him a power up in the process. Yeah, too bad that his right hand is now a dragon, but then again, it's still an advantage because his right hand is a dragon, and he can touch holy objects such as a cross, a holy water, maybe a holy artifact, so without getting hurt. So win-win. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a like, subscribe, and tell me what you think. Which sacred gear throughout the high school DXD would you like to have, basically. So please please like this video, subscribe for more anime and otaku related content, and see you to the next video. Bye.